Okay, so today I'm going to rant about senior care facilities and the injustices seen there. And I chose this topic because previous summer I actually worked at a senior care home. And so, I saw firsthand these injustices happen, and, I saw the actions, but didn't know really the words that went with it until this class. And then when we were learning about it and through these presentations, I was like, oh, that's what I was seeing. I gave a couple examples of things that I saw and why these are problems and how they could be different. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is imbalance. I saw this because some people did have a lot to do and others didn't. And this was because in a long-term care facility, you have 50-year-olds and you have 80-year-olds and older. And the 50-year-olds are there because they may have Tay-Sachs disease or MS and have lost some functioning and can't really live on their own. So, because of this, they are on the committees and they have a voice and their opinion matters. And people ask them what they want to do and what activities they'd like to see. But nobody asks the 80-year-olds and up because they're they don't need to come. If they do come, they'll just be happy that they're there. Who cares about having them on this committee? Who needs them to be? Actually, there was a man who was on the committee who was then voted off the committee because he did reach 80 and he had different interests than the 50-year-olds. But they didn't see that as being different interests than the 50-year-olds. They saw that as, oh, he's not as cognizant anymore. He doesn't get it as much, so we're going to take him off the committee. And so that was definitely something that I saw, which was really disheartening. Another big one that I saw was alienation. So people will be in senior care homes, and during the weekdays, their families can't necessarily come visit because they have their own occupations and their own things to do. As well, some of them don't really have families that can come visit. So, one form to reduce alienation is through exercise and getting them involved. And that was my job this summer. Is I had an exercise group that I started, and it was really exciting to see them interact. I think was the most fun part of it. Wasn't even that they were getting the exercises and that they were improving. It was just seeing them socially happy. So one of my groups ended up being all men that came to this one particular session, and they really enjoyed it. They poked fun at one another, had a little banter, would talk and hang out, and they looked forward to it at the end. These were some of the people that enjoyed it the most were people that ERAs and stuff were like, no, don't bother asking them. They're not going to get anything out of it. They'll just say no. And these are the people that I knock on their door to get them to come after, week after week, and they'd be up and ready to go. They look forward to it. I see them in the hallway on Wednesday and be like, exercise group tomorrow morning. And I was like, yep, tomorrow morning, Thursday, so we have that. And so it was really nice to see them interact with one another, and I think they really enjoyed it. Seeing them interact, you never interrupt them when you're doing the exercises. Most times, if I had an hour and a half session and it would go on to 2 hours because I would let them finish their conversation before moving on to the next exercise because they were enjoying it. They were talking. It was better than them being super quiet and us just doing the tasks and then leaving. It definitely annoyed some staff members that I did this because it threw off their schedule in the sense that they'd be like, oh, well, they're supposed to be back at 11 and it's 11:30. And that's the schedule that they were concerned about, is their whereabouts from 11 to 11:30. But they knew they were with me. They just didn't like that something was taking more time. But I mean, I see it as I'm there for them. I'm not there for the other staff. I'm there to make the residents' life easier, the residents' life happier, the residents' life more enjoyable. I'm not necessarily there to make the staff's life more enjoyable and the staff's life more happy and the staff's life more easy. Those things should happen in doing those things for the residents, but a lot of the times they don't. A lot of the times, if you're doing those things, making the residents' life easier, making the residents' life happier, you're making the staff's life more difficult. You're making the staff not like you as much. Which affected me, and so I can only imagine how it would affect a resident that lives there. So these are two of the occupational injustices that I saw that were disheartening And this is my little like spiel rant of those two little stories of the summer and how they related into this course and how this course allowed me to put words to what I was seeing. So, yeah, thank you.